Hi, I'm Peter Dennis. I'm chairman of TTI, which is the Travel Technology Initiative. What I find travel businesses are really challenged with now is that whereas we used to have search in the hands of professionals, in other words, travel agencies, tour operators, that type of thing, the travel agent, the tour operator was this side of the desk looking at the screen. The customer had no screen. So they had no access to search. Flip that right around to where we are today, and now the customer has the search, but actually has hundreds of opportunities to search. So that challenges, if you like, the person that was originally sitting this side of the screen, right? The travel agent or the tour operator, because the consumer is becoming wise and is actually becoming very savvy, very price conscious. They can do a tremendous amount of research on their own in terms of what they want, so that when they pin it down, they're going in saying, that's what I want. No longer is it almost the travel agent saying, well, I think you should go here. I mean, they can say that, but that's a huge challenge. I think the other challenge at the moment is two things really I want to say about this challenge, because I think it's interesting. One is, when I grew up, there was no such thing as a credit card. I mean, I can remember having an access card when I was about 20, but there was no real such thing as a credit card. So the world's gone into this era of credit, and it's kind of interesting because the world suddenly invented all this money, and now it's kind of like, how are we going to pay back the money? So that is a challenge, if you like, to the developing world, but also to the consumer. The amount of debt out there by countries, governments, businesses, individuals is huge. So people are very price savvy today, and that again poses a little bit of a challenge. They all want the deal type thing. So that's interesting. But I think the other challenge, and this is a big one for the travel industry, is the emerging markets, right, like the BRIC countries, so Brazil, Russia, India, China, but not just the BRIC countries, but also countries like Turkey, for example, or the former Eastern Bloc countries that are actually doing quite well. But just put it in perspective for a minute. I mean, out of China, next year, there will be 100 million new Chinese tourists coming out of China. So if you just got 10% of those travelers, okay, that's a lot of new business. Now, those people don't speak English, they don't eat our food. They're completely different people in terms of how they want to travel. And I think that, if you look at, for example, Brand USA, I mean, through World Travel Market, how big Brand USA's presence was at the market last year. That's partly because President Obama is seeing that actually the future is about growing tourism, because the facts and figures bear out that actually travel, in fact, is doing this. I mean, the economy might be doing this and people are worried about whether it's going to take off again, but just the sheer number of people traveling over the next 10 years is going to be huge. And businesses in the UK, tour operators, incoming specialists, have to think, how are they going to accommodate the Chinese traveller? Because there's a huge opportunity there, and there's a huge opportunity for jobs and everything else, really.